We turn now to a story we first brought you last night. We told you about a 93-year-old woman in Essex who tested positive for COVID-19. Now, she lives at Country Village Homes, which is experiencing a significant outbreak of the coronavirus. Her grandson called for more transparency from the home, but today he has even more questions. I'm joined live in studio by the CBC Sanjay Maru. Sanjay, her grandson says a lot's happened after our story aired last night. What's the latest?
Well, Chris, Gary Ruccolo says he received a call from Country Village just 45 minutes after yesterday's story aired. He was told his grandmother's condition had been resolved, even though he was told she had tested positive only 6 days prior. We also know this past week she had been moved to an isolation room without a phone, and when Ruccolo asked if she could be moved back to her original room, he was told that could take weeks. Now, as of today, Country Village told him she now has a phone in her new room, but there are still more questions that Ruccolo says the home isn't answering. For example, his grandmother is actually sharing a room right now with another resident. And when Ruccolo asked Country Village about what the condition of that other resident is, he was told that information cannot be disclosed.
Whether that person's asymptomatic or not, she's still up there. So that's where I'm not understanding. If she's there and she's now resolved, why is she still up there? Why can't she go to where all the negative patients are? I mean, that's a big risk with someone who's 93. She beat pneumonia. She has congestive heart failure.
Now, Ruccolo added that he also pushed back on why his grandmother couldn't be allowed back into her old room. He says he was told Country Village gave her old room to someone else whose condition was resolved before hers was, and they needed the bed space. We did reach out to Country Village again today on the latest, and they did get back to us about an hour ago. Officials there say all residents were tested for COVID-19 on April 11th and the 12th, with results coming in on the 17th. That's just 5 days ago. They also say the team at Country Village took immediate action to develop new rooming plans to separate residents who had tested positive from those who had tested negative. Within 24 hours of receiving the results, all families with loved ones who were being moved had been notified of the room changes, had been notified of Country Village's protocols for keeping residents safe from the virus, and residents had been settled in their new rooms. Now, we also took this situation to the health unit, but they said they cannot comment on individual cases.
Sanjay, there's such a spotlight on Country Village from the start here. It's the only long-term care center in our region that won't say how many people have died because of COVID-19. You've done some digging on those numbers. What have you found out?
Well, Chris, I reached out to all 6 long-term care and retirement facilities today currently experiencing an outbreak to confirm their latest numbers, and I did hear back from everyone. No numbers, however, from Country Village. Now, here's what we know. According to the health unit, there are 31 people in Windsor, Essex who have died from the novel coronavirus. 22 of them were residents of long-term care or retirement homes. We do know where 9 of those deaths took place. 1 resident died at Amica, 5 at Heron Terrace, 2 at Lifetimes, 1 at Sun Parlor, and 0 at Franklin Gardens. That leaves 13 deaths where we don't know where they died. The health unit says Country Village is the only other long-term care home where deaths have occurred, but the home itself has refused to confirm this. And today, local NDP MPPs are speaking out. Lisa Gretzky, Percy Hatfield, and Taras Natashak issued a joint statement today calling for major changes and investments in long-term care homes from the Ford government, including salary increases and more hours for staff. They say, Chris, more action is needed to protect residents.
Thanks, Sanjay. The CBC Sanjay Maru looking at the long-term care situation here in Windsor, Essex.